Okay, this is from @Reedus Network and wants to know from Norman, what scene in Daryl Dixon was the toughest to film? What scene was the most fun to film? That's kind of interesting because toughest can mean a lot of things. It can mean emotionally, it can mean logistically, it can mean physically. But what was the scene that really stretched the limit there?
Wow, I think the hardest scene you haven't seen yet, it was between me and Louis, who plays Laurent. We did that scene maybe 4 times, and then I had to call it. I was like, I felt horrible.
In episode 5.
Oh yeah, you did see it.
In episode 5, you mean Norman?
Oh, that's right.
I'm confused.
Yeah. It's the scene where he cuts the rope. I find out that he cut the rope and the boat escaped. And I'm screaming at him, and I'm like I was like yelling at him. I was like ad-libbing stuff. I was like going at him, and his lips started quivering, and like a little tear was forming, and half of me is like nice, and then the other half of me is like I feel like a jerk. I hugged him like 100 times that day, but that scene was really fun. I mean, not like that. The most fun scene? I don't know. Did I have fun on this?
You had fun.
It was when you were beating the shit out of, right?
No.
You were pretty psyched at the Walker Orchestra. Nova came, and you were pretty psyched that day.
Yeah. That was fun. I'm having fun on all of it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm having a really good time. I'm like learning things about myself. I'm learning things about how the show works. I'm a producer now, so I'm like on tech scouts and Zoom meetings, and all that super boring shit.
It is so awesome after all these years to be on these Zoom meetings, and there's Norman.
Yeah.
And it's like, take a look at this.
Yeah, and I'm like having conference, and I want to flip a chair over. But it's fun. I have to. I'm a boss now. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool.
Let's get to a few audience questions. We got microphones lined up here. Let's start right here to the right. Hello, tell us your name and get your question.
Yes, my name is Sarah. You probably heard us a couple times say that we love your hair. So I was wondering, at the beginning of The Walking Dead, Daryl had short hair. And then it just grew and it became a part of the character, and it really sits well and it moves well with the character. Like it belongs, like that hair belongs to the character. So I was wondering if that was a personal decision that you decided to grow your hair and it just brought it into the show, or Daryl's character had to grow and you adapted it to your personality.
I just figured like Supercut shut down in an apocalypse. Scott Wilson and I had a thing. We were like, don't cut it, And what bothered me sometimes on the other show was like people's pants got tighter. There was makeup on people. Like all this stuff, and if you remember, where that show went, everybody got more and more feral,
About the hair, do you remember we talked about the hair at the beginning. I wasn't sure if I had made a fatal mistake, because I did say, I was thinking, Norm, when they bring you in to clean you up at the Abbey, maybe they cut your hair, and we go back to like season 2 look.
We did talk about it.
Norm was like, I don't think so. And I was like, uh-oh, call my agent.
No, look who's talking over there. But there was a show called Felicity. I don't know if you remember this show.
Yeah.
And this sort of came into the discussions. Like, supposedly she cut her curly hair off, and then the show went downhill. And they all freaked out, and David Russell had to apologize to the world. And it just kind of put the fear in me for a second. You know what I'm saying? I mean, never say never if it makes sense. You know what I mean? Maybe if you get someplace where he's settled, and who fucking knows? I don't know.
I will say, just season 4, your big push, season 4 of The Walking Dead, you were like, in the prison, I want to walk up to a mirror and cut my own hair.
Yeah, I did then. At that point I did, but then the story changed, and I'm like in the woods and I'm savage, and it didn't make sense. But we've talked about it like a million times. Like, Zabel and my mother.
Well, personally, I love it. goes with you really, really well.
Oh, thanks.
I realize now that you're asking the question, I'm so glad I didn't talk him into cutting his hair because you would all be so angry, it appears. Like, there would be a lot of hostility in the room if I had won that argument.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes I think about it just on a personal level because I just look better covered in blood. You know what I mean? You know, so who knows? Maybe one day, who knows?
All right, let's get another question over here. Let's move on. We got a long line. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Hi, Norman, I want to thank you for something awesome that you did.
No.
You might remember a woman named Susan Whitred, my old veterinarian, who ran the Paws Project.
Yeah, I think I kind of do.
You did a video for her. See, she was part of leading this effort to criminalize declawing cats in New York, which meant a lot to me because I had a cat